Hard work isn't failing you. It's being used against you. The more reliable you are, the more predictable you become, and predictable people are easy to plan around. You show up early. You stay late. You pick up what others drop. Not because you're weak, because you're dependable. And that dependability is exactly what gets leveraged. This is where it breaks. Hard work doesn't make you safer. It makes you harder to replace. For now. So the system loads more onto you without giving you more room to move. The harder you work, the more you're relied on to keep things from breaking. And once you're holding everything together, walking away becomes expensive. That's not reward. That's a trap. This is the mechanism. Hard work makes you reliable. Reliable people get planned around. Predictability lets other people plan around you. Once that happens, your effort stops being rewarded and starts being allocated. The work doesn't disappear. It gets routed. Extra tasks, unspoken responsibilities, problems no one else wants. They land on the person who won't drop the ball. You know who that is. Nothing breaks loudly. Things just keep working because you're absorbing the strain. The system looks stable from the outside. Your hard work is what's keeping it from falling apart. Buffers don't get protected, they get used. The more you hold together, the less room you have to move, and the harder it becomes to say no without everything cracking. And here's who that actually helps. It helps the system that needs things to keep working without slowing down. Your effort absorbs risk. It smooths volatility. It keeps problems from surfacing. Not for you, for everything above you. The hardest workers don't escalate. They don't complain. They don't stop the machine. They fix things quietly. That's incredibly useful in a system that can't afford friction. So hard work isn't punished, it's relied on. As long as effort keeps things running, there's no pressure to change anything. Your reliability buys time for everyone else. Change only happens when friction becomes unavoidable. Hard work removes friction, which means the people doing the most are the last ones the system rushes to protect. That's why this stays in place, because it's being held together by people who still believe their effort will eventually be rewarded. That belief is the stabilizer. And now there's a problem this setup can't absorb. Not resistance, not backlash. Speed. AI doesn't come for jobs first. It comes for the effort. That used to hold everything together. The work that smoothed problems, caught errors, and absorbed pressure is no longer required. Effort used to stabilize the system. AI does the opposite. It removes the need for people to compensate for instability at all. Quietly, incrementally, without announcements. The glue was effort. People staying late. People filling gaps, people absorbing risk. AI doesn't need that, so the system no longer needs the thing that was keeping it intact. When effort stops being required to keep things running, the people whose effort was being used becomes unnecessary too, not because they failed, because the buffer is gone. This is the point most people avoid, not because it's unclear, because it's finished. The deal that said, work hard and you'll be okay, is over. It wasn't paused. It wasn't waiting on a cycle. It wasn't coming back with better tools. It belonged to a slower system. That system is gone. This isn't because you failed. You didn't misunderstand the rules. You followed them. You just kept following after they stopped applying. You didn't choose wrong. You chose under conditions that changed without notice. And when hard work stopped being useful, you were the cost it removed. Hard work didn't betray you. The system that depended on it moved on.
We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it.